we have a long.
How about to say, girl, you done filled the cup to the rim.
Shit, somebody got to enjoy it for both of us. You hear me? Picking up no punamis or no sausages, okay? Welcome back to another episode of Broken Record DMV. It's your girl, Krista Renze. And y'all, it's been a little while. We took a little break, but we're back. And today I have here a lovely, very talented guest, the IVANA Christine at The Real Therapist, a.k.a. a mom, hairstylist, curator, creative director, mentor, community organizer, and more, y'all. So give it up for IVANA Christine. Yes, girl. Hey, y'all, she's looking good as shit. I always compliment her.
Thank you.
So, yes, how you feeling today?
Amazing, beautiful, and blessed.
Yeah. Period. I need the energy, okay?
Yeah.
So I had, y'all know, I'll tell you a little bit how I met my guest, and our mutual friend, Skylar Mystique, put us together. She said she thought we would work together, and boy, was she correct.
Shout out to Skylar.
Shout out to Skylar. So, yes, we've been working together for a little over a couple, 3 months?
Yes.
Time has been moving, but she's amazing. And I was like, you know what? I've always wanted to have more women on the podcast, and it just kept ringing a bell to have someone like her on here, not only to just talk about herself, but to give y'all a little tea about what she got going on, because she got so much going on, y'all.
Yeah,
so, yes. Tell them a little bit about who IVANA Christine is.
A woman of many hats. Okay, like I do it all, but mostly because like I can do so many different things. Like I don't want to be boxed in. Like I want to do it all. So with me being a mom, like I work with my son on building his brand because he's also a young, talented individual between sports and gaming.
7-year-old handsome little boy.
Yes, my little light-skinned baby.
Okay.
But with that, I have a book readings or story time series for children, Books Bond and Beyond, which is my little baby as well. With myself and my partner. And doing community work is very important to me. So I use that as part of my community work alongside of the DMV Daily. Of course, I'm sitting as the president currently. With that, it comes community organizing, creative directing. Like, it's so many different things under that alone that I'm
celebrity
in.
hairstylist.
Yes.
I can't even get to say all the stuff.
Oh my gosh, yes, it's so much, but all like very beautiful things that like just make me feel great. Because like with doing hair, of course, like I've been doing hair. I've been doing hair since I was 8.
Yeah, that's
8 years old.
Literally, like, it's crazy how like similar we are, but yeah.
So like with doing hair since I was 8, it's like I love making people feel pretty. So in making people feel pretty, I'm doing hair, I'm doing makeup, I'm revamping their closets. That's another thing. Like styling.
I just told you, no, seriously.
Yes, like literally, like okay, I do that
100%. Okay, we're gonna
I do that, babe. Okay,
pay whatever. I cannot. But
look, but yes, like all of these things, all boil down to like my personal fulfillment, like working with children. I'm also working with Dunbar High School in their beauty and grooming class. Like, just giving back to my community is important. Making people feel beautiful and loved and confident is very important. And stepping outside looking good is also important.
I wish I could see the she looks so good. I love compliment you. And speaking on her work, she actually did my hair y'all been feeling so bummy, and I was like, girl, please hook me up. So yes, y'all can go follow her at the IVANA Christine. That's where you could book her.
Yes.
And going into that, so she's actually one of my newest stylists. Yes, that's booking a booth at the salon here. So if y'all ever want to book her, y'all already know. The link will be in the bio because she be slaying the hell out of hair.
Yes.
You hear me?
And as you do as well.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Great.
So we're going to go into our next segment because we're going to chat a little bit more.
Okay, period.
Okay, we're going to go into our next segment, which is Pick Your Poison, where I asked my guest what is her choice of liqueur, and she told me to get her some red wine. I can't drink right now. That's hurting my spirit. You think it's funny?
We love the kids.
But, so I got me something that looked like a drink because we're going to toast regardless.
Yes.
But yes, hopefully in the next couple episodes or whatever or so, we have a long.
How about to say, girl, you done filled the cup to the rim.
Shit, somebody got to enjoy it for both of us. You hear me? So here's your
I know
cup.
that's right.
And I'm my mixed Sprite.
Good drink. Good drink.
We got some news for y'all coming in the next couple episodes. I don't know when, but sometime this season we will reveal why. If y'all don't, wink, wink. But yeah, so I like to use this segment, honestly, to cheers or to toast to whatever comes to mind at the time based off of whoever I have on my podcast. And because we have been talking so much, I am toasting and praying for not only a financial breakthrough, a spiritual breakthrough for both of us to really have clarity this year, so that really I would love for this year for us to really be in what we want, but I feel like based off what we're talking about, we have so much to still do and to organize and to clear up all that good stuff. So I'm really praying that this 2025 is nothing but clarity, breakthrough, so that we can have an amazing non-stop 26.
Absolutely. Hello.
Toast.
Cheers to that.
Yes, I don't know why we do that, but we just do that. Technically, it's good. And this bottle yours.
Oh,
This bottle's yours.
you know what?
Mm-hmm.
That's why I love it here. Cause
I haven't actually asked you. How's your experience been with Weave Junkie? Tell me.
my experience with Weave Junkie has been a pretty smooth transition. I think simply because we have the same mindset, the same goals, the same work ethic. Of course, with differences in organization, because you're much more organized than I am. But we definitely wherever I'm lacking, you pick up. Wherever you're lacking, I pick up. Correct. So it's we work well as a team. So that part is really good, especially for somebody that is coming from just a blank slate of I don't know, I've never been there. Of course, I've heard of your salon. But I didn't know you. But it's been a really smooth transition. And I feel so that even outside of work and business and things, we relate on a personal level as well. Just even in our conversations about life, Lord, life. It's very open and understanding. So yeah, I love it here.
I believe it's been a very, very smooth transition, and I just honestly thank God for the connection every day. Honestly, yeah, I'm damn God. Okay.
And then I get to work with somebody that's pretty too.
Yes,
that's the best part.
Now facts. I'm trying to tell y'all, Ivana be walking in this motherfucker God damn. I'll be oh my God, I have a boyfriend and everything, but we've talked about it, but she just, and I needed that because honestly, it just gave me an indirect boost to just really get back on my shit, because I told her I was in a form of depression for the past honestly 6 months to a year. So, sometimes even when you think you're out of depression, you're really not. So when just seeing her come into a regular day looking the fuck good, I was nah, something got changed. So I love it. It's just so motivational, and it's I I love your type of fashion because it's you.
Yes.
It's you. Like, it's literally unwarranted, uncalled for, and that's what I love. Like,
girl,
this is just me, but I'm coming in with my boots. I'm coming in with my hair. Like, you just be mad. It's just looking so good, girl.
Every day is dress up,
and I love it.
Like,
even when I feel like, and mind you spoke on something like, I can't tell that you're not organized, so that's a beautiful thing. Yeah, but compared, I can't tell. Sometimes I can tell when you're overwhelmed, but I can't tell that you're not good at it. Just
yes, because I feel like, and it's something you understand as well, being an entrepreneur, like, you have to put on that poker face and just handle it.
Act like, yeah, like, oh, okay.
You have to handle it. And, I'm going to always put my best foot forward. Yeah. Like, even when I know, like, you're self-critical. Like, when you're slacking, when you need to pick up, you need to do better. But overall, I always push myself to do it. As long as I do it, it's like, okay, I'm good. I got past the first step, but what can we do better next time? Yeah. So, I'm always going to give myself a little bit of grace, but I'm going to be honest too.
Yeah. So we, like you said, we here to piggyback off of each other and support each other, which I feel like we've been doing an awesome job at. So we're going to go into the next segment, which is Broken Record, where I pick out of this bowl. So I pick out of here, it's motivational quotes. I'll say what I think it means, and then you say what you think it means.
Okay.
And then the next one, that's your bowl.
Oh.
Okay? So, I don't know why this part just makes me laugh. Okay. Well, it's probably not even that deep. I try not to get that deep. Okay, so today's quote says, "The first problem for us all, men and women, is not to learn, but to unlearn." Gloria Steinem, right?
I would say so.
But okay. I'm going to read again. "The first problem for all of us, men and women, is not to learn, but to unlearn." These just, I don't know, all the quotes just like, you ever heard like it's like a horoscope. Like, you read it and it's like, no matter when you read it, sometimes it just feels like it's talking to you. Like, how do you know my life?
Yeah.
Literally, it's like, I feel like the unlearn process has been like, I feel like you never get to a point where you stop unlearning, because we've been just taught so much, even before you were born, like generations of just being taught the incorrect things. So you're always going to be unlearning. But I feel like one of the very first problems we have is not even recognizing that we have to unlearn things. There's a lot of things that we're doing, men and humans in general, that are completely wrong. Mm-hmm. And it's not to say that you don't have a choice to do that, but do you actually know that it's wrong? Or do you know that you were taught incorrectly? So lately, going into myself, because I don't only speak on me, I've been just trying to unlearn, especially in this society, just the fast-paced moving and just the go mentality. I'm just trying to unlearn all those things and remember that I'm human, and remember that God got me, and that I could slow down and do the part that I can do, and let God do what he needed to do. Because honestly, like I said, before COVID, I never had that mindset. I genuinely thought if I didn't do it, it would never get done. Mm-hmm. I had a relationship with God, but I didn't really associate that with, certain things that I had, my ideology at that point. I didn't really like, I didn't correlate the two. Like, you moving around, acting as if though, like, burning yourself out and things is like a form of not trusting God, and little things like that. So I've been unlearning that. I've been unlearning self-care and what that means. And just really just in the process of just slowing down so I could actually understand what I was taught, and then how I can unlearn it. So what you think you mean?
First and foremost, that statement just made me think about who you surround yourself with.
That part.
Because if you don't have anybody around you holding you accountable, you will never know that you're in the wrong.
Yeah.
Or that you have anything that you need to unlearn. So, first and foremost, having that village that's able to hold you accountable for the things that you need to do, mm-hmm. Or the things that you should not do.
That part.
And how well do you know yourself?
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you don't know yourself, you will never know what things you need to unlearn or the things that you need to work on to even, progress to be a better person.
What would you say would be, like, just to anybody watching, like, either for you or just an advice in general, what would be one of the keys in order to know how to learn? Like, how would you even start to learn yourself? What would be the things to do?
I think you should always start with finding your higher power. You need something that will ground you, that will bring you back to center, whatever your higher power is.
Yeah.
Because that way you get a good foundation of how to move forward. Because I think personally, any higher power, all comes to the same, like, center of being a good person.
Correct.
So with being a good person, absolutely, what are the key things that you need to do or change? So with starting that, it's just like, that's the foundation.
Yeah. I agree. So I already knew what you was going to say, but it's just, I be wanting to ask because sometimes, I want to know what other people are thinking, and just to know, like, especially for the audience, that it's not, the reason why I actually had my podcast like this is because initially it was just me and I was talking to myself. But I didn't want to always feel like I was projecting my thoughts onto other people, but just to hear other people there are foundational, like, rules to life,
We are older now.
That part.
You think you wonder why your mama was going to church every Sunday and you had to get dressed at 7:00 in the morning? Now you understand why.
For a reason. And the spirit. Oh, we're gonna get to the next segment, because the spiritual, like, it's to the point where, like, I can't even bet on the human side no more. I tell you, I'm not playing about God. And it's to the point where I don't care if anybody else, my boyfriend, nobody else got to be on that same wavelength, because I get why they are. I get why my mom, like, literally, I get why my mom has always been so spiritual. Like, I've always understood, like, yeah, you're supposed to have a relationship with God. He created the world, all this stuff. But to see why.
In marriage and family.
In everything. She don't play. Okay, that was good. I was a little, I was deep or whatever. But we about to get into our next segment. Just gonna dive deeper with my guest. She's from that bowl. Let me bring closer to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I feel like I need to do a little ASMR with this mic in my face like that.
Wait, no. I don't think it's. Yeah, you can just shrivel it up. It's okay. Girl, today is just, we just rolling. I'm really,
glad
really.
it's waterproof.
I hope. Well, it's gonna put it right here.
All right.
The devil's just trying to just make me mad left to right, but we not letting that happen.
Girl, because what's a little bit of liquid?
You know what I'm saying?
All right. So, if you could change one thing in life, what would it be?
Yeah, let's see.
One thing in life.
One thing in life.
If you could change one thing in life, what would it be?
Good thing you're going first, I can think.
One thing I could change was the fact that I wanted to grow up so fast. I am the oldest, and that does come with a big responsibility. But I wanted to be an adult so bad.
Why
I don't know. I mean, as I was growing up, I did have a lot of responsibility with my siblings. And it's just kind of like an unwritten kind of thing when you're the oldest, of like responsibility and taking care of things and stuff like that. So I just kind of...
Was it like growing up or trying to get the hell out of the house?
Growing up. I mean, a mixture of both. Like, I definitely saw myself like just being on my own and being on the runway and like being a part of bigger things that I knew, like, in some cases I can't take everybody with me.
Correct.
But yeah, I did, like, even with my relationships when I was younger, I'm like, you're not man enough for me. And I'm like 15.
Not
like,
man enough. I am weak.
Yeah. I mean, also my dad being like super manly and like no games or play.
Facts.
Like,
that plays a big part.
Anybody that came to my life, I'm like, why are you not fixing my tire on my bike? Like, I want to see a real man do real manly things.
At 15.
Young.
Don't play.
Young.
Now, I'm not gonna lie, I was the same way indirectly.
Yeah, I mean,
You
at
didn't have
like
shit going on. Like, you had to have a job at Six Flags or
you don't have nothing. You was playing around. Yeah,
Wasn't getting.
I wasn't even seeing it. Like,
It's like, oh, cute. Next.
Yep. But at now that I'm older, I realize, like, girl, you supposed to be being a kid.
But you can't help it, you know. I mean, what are you supposed to do when you literally are the oldest? I feel like that's one of those things that older kids have. Your phone. I wanted to slide over there. It's getting there. The naturally older siblings have, like, you can't help it. Like, you know what I'm saying? And what's the age difference between you and your brother?
Me and my brother are 4 years apart.
See,
Me and my sister is 8.
But it was like 4. You only 4 years old, and you already kicked in to be an adult.
I mean, even growing up, like, I was always kind of, I mean, by nature, I'm nurturing.
Yeah.
By nature, I'm just a little baby mom.
Facts.
I always was taking somebody's baby. Where's the baby? I want to hold him, feed him, like, put him to sleep. But it's in me.
You gonna have more soon.
But I know what you have for me is amazing. I know that there's a man out there for me that can give me them kids, a house, a ring.
Amen.
All of the above, the acres.
The acres. The break. The Rolls Royce that we just saw. One thing I would change? I really don't be wanting to sound biblical to y'all at all, but I honestly think I wish the devil never existed. That's deep, but it's like, then I feel like a lot of the dumb shit would have never happened. But then again, I don't know how life would have been, because I don't believe in a perfect world. But if it wasn't that deep, the other thing I would wish, because seriously, that's one of my top ones. Like, I really have beef with the devil. I do not fuck with that man. It's just like it's annoying. But the other thing that I say I would take accountability for, I can't blame everything on him, is I just wish I wouldn't have spent my money. Like, the more I think about how much money I didn't spend, bruh, I didn't touch more than 6 figures. And I really wish that I feel like, yes, I did such a good job with the way I spent it. I never spent it lavishly on myself like that or anything crazy. Like, I've never been that type of person, but it's like investing a lot without really making sure that I had the returns.
Mm-hmm. But having no kids, being an entrepreneur, like, that's so easy. So easy.
To do, right?
Absolutely.
Exactly.
But that's why I find that having a mentor or somebody that's been there
helps you to stop that type of mistake.
Important. Oh my gosh.
And that's why I do get frustrated that we don't have as many mentors and the guidance that we need, because that is very instrumental. And especially, like, I don't like when they make it seem like kids are supposed to know better than adults, because if I don't know that I need it, how do I ask for that?
I'm an adult and I still don't know.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, I need, like,
and I still don't have one.
I don't either. And I mean, it's hard for us because we are hairstylists and entrepreneurs. So although there are entrepreneurial people that have done big things, it's like being a stylist is a little different. And finding somebody that, like, you can look up to and rely on and really learn from and take, like, real key points from is like,
it's
hard.
Yeah,
it's really hard. Like, even, I mean, because, you know, we shoot for the stars. We shoot for the stars, baby.
Survive. We are surviving, thriving, but child,
the people that I really want to mentor me, or the people that come to mind, are like so unattainable. Yeah. Like, I can't even.
That's why we pray and just hope God, like, that's why we have the platform, so that we can speak that stuff not only into existence, but hopefully it reaches somebody that could possibly see it.
Yeah.
Never know.
Yeah.
Who would you want to be your mentor?
That's a great question. That's a great question. I really have a hard time looking up to people that are already out there. Of course, I love their work and I love like the things that they do, but I'm not the type of person that's like on researching and like knowing everything about everything and like who they are, and, you know, don't get me wrong. Like I said, I love my fellow stylists and, you know, the OGs of the game. But, like, someone that I would see me, like, being mentored by, I don't know. It would definitely be somebody that's doing some type of styling within the industry, like media.
Correct. That's crazy that we couldn't even thinking about it. That's how hard it is.
I've always like saw myself being backstage of some sort of like media and production, like assisting in beauty and grooming, like anything related to hair.
There's one girl I would say, but it's not into the beauty. I don't know if you ever heard of her. Her name is Damo. She does event planning in Atlanta. She like does all the events for like Lil Baby, all the celebrities and stuff like that. I just feel
I
like
wonder if it's the same person my friend works with.
I don't know. Just whenever I see her, I'm just like, damn. I just wish I could.
She does a lot of really big,
really good stuff, and it's
stuff.
just the way she moves. It's like she's not fuckable. Like you can't fuck with her. Like in a good, like in a,
no,
in a good
all
way.
those events are. And the fact that she has so much celebrity clientele speaks volumes, because nobody's going to be working with you and you know, putting on any like lackluster event. Like, you know, her events are like down to the daggone stuff on the floor, the
napkins. She don't play.
Not a game.
Fuck around, you fired that day. You know you coming.
Everything's on time. It's together. The staff is there doing what they need to do.
So that would be one person, but I'm definitely looking into more beauty people. We'll say Tokyo, but don't want to spend too much time on this question. So we're gonna go on the next. Pick another one. Sorry.
This is a shorter one,
but we're gonna revisit that question, because that is those are the things that I feel like we be missing, and that's probably why we don't have them.
That is very true, because you can't speak anything into existence if you don't even have it. Yeah,
or need.
If you could snoop,
you can skip questions too. You gotta take a shot.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you could snoop through one person's private life, whose would it be?
Ooh.
One person's private life. I really would love to know.
Oh, this is funny.
What? I'm trying to think of someone so conservative.
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking to myself. Okay.
Because, girl, like, I know y'all be doing some crazy stuff.
Crazy.
I wish I could be a fly on the wall. I'm gonna say Beyonce.
I swear to God, on God. I mean, who's more conservative than that you could think of?
Like, when I saw them pictures when her eyes was red, I was like, girl, what you was doing?
But it's like, Beyonce, it's not even to be nosy. Like, we just genuinely just are curious.
When she started cursing on her songs, I was like, oh.
Did you see the, so I never went to the concerts, but I watched the joint in the movies. And that's where I felt like I could see the real nigga coming out.
Yeah, I mean, she's from Texas.
Yeah. So I would definitely love to just see like how she talks in real life. But
that's how, like, I love her team, because in building her brand, she was not saying nothing that was like super vulgar. Like, she wasn't cussing in her music like that until she pretty much, her career was like reached its cap, and she's like, you know, I don't care.
Yeah.
Married, kids, like, I don't care. I'm gonna cuss in my songs. And now, like, it choked it made people clutch a few pearls. But it's Beyonce, so what can you say? Like,
I would still like to snoop in Chris Brown's.
Chris Brown?
I don't know.
I know too much, girl. Know too much.
I don't know. Like, I don't know why he's the only person. Like, because you gotta think about somebody you actually give a shit.
But his personal life is kind of like.
No, really, he don't talk a lot at all no more. He doesn't talk. And
what would you want to know personally that we don't know already?
I got a man. I can't tell. No, seriously. I just like to know like how people like that move. Genuinely, I just like to know how like. How do you really book someone? How do you really talk when you like? When the camera's not around. Yeah, I just want to know. Like, even though we kind of know him, but like I said, everybody else I could think about, I'm not really interested. I kind of know either they show their side on it. Like, he's just been in the cut. And then if not him, Rihanna. But every time I'm saying Rihanna talks the way she talks.
I was about to
so
say,
it'd be Chris Brown.
I think
don't know anybody
like
else that I care to like. I'm talking about you want to fly on the wall. Yeah, I would love that. I'd be like, Let me find out.
Brad Pitt. I don't know.
That's funny.
Yeah,
that's interesting. All right, pick another one. Depending on this question, it could be the second to last or last.
This is a long one. Dang, I picked the middle one, short one. If your house caught on fire and you could only save 3 things besides people, what would they be? 3 things.
3 things besides people. I had Treasure on here said talking about a purse.
3 things.
I don't think she would have survived.
3 things. I'ma need my.
The house is burning.
The house is burning.
The house is burning.
I really don't need nothing.
Nothing.
I need nothing. I mean, I'm gonna keep like, all right, only because
we gonna leave? You got a car, so you need at least
a pair of drawers, some clean underwear.
You can go buy that.
Okay, you're right. That's why I'm like, I'm not that type of person that's just like, oh, I need my things. It's like, forget it. Like, I'm out of here. But I like even things of value. Like, what am
There's a key, because at least you can drive off.
That's always on my person. Like, I always keep my keys with me.
But we're talking about if you ain't had nothing on you and you only had, say, you just nothing.
I'm gonna grab my purse. That's it.
That's a cop out. Okay, so I'll grab. You need your okay. So if we're gonna just ball them up, you need I'm gonna get my whole wallet. So that's one.
That's all of everything that I need.
It's in the
purse. In my purse. I promise you, I got toothpaste.
What about your laptop?
Toothbrush. The laptop.
Okay,
I got my phone because my phone's in my purse.
Facts.
My phone, my keys, my ID, my social security card. Everything that I need is in my bag.
Now, facts. As I was moving, I was like, damn, I don't really need much.
No, forget it. Jewelry, forget it. But I mean, I was like in my head, I'm like, all right, my Bible, my journal. I mean, my journal, I stash things in. So it's like those. It's like, okay, I probably will grab that. But if I'm really in a bind, like, forget all that stuff. I don't need it.
I agree. If we're bundling everything in the purse, then yes, everything's already in the purse.
I have a bad habit, like, of just putting everything. Like, I have everything I need down to the baby hair brush. Everything is travel size.
I love that.
Deodorant.
So you are organized.
I'm prepared.
You're prepared. Okay, I can take that.
I am prepared. Like, the only thing I don't carry in my purse is underwear because I'm a lady.
You said underwear?
Yeah.
I hear that.
But
real ladies know.
All
right, let's do one more. Since that one we ain't taking shit for real, but first they gonna be like, that's a cop out.
At what age is a good age to start having sex? Wow.
Yeah, that's a closer. That's a closer.
A good age.
What would you
realistically, I would say 21.
Okay. Drinking age.
Yes. Just thinking about, like, you can wait that long. Like, just thinking of how the world works. Like, you can wait. You be out of college. You be good, You
have your right mind.
Yes, you'll have the experience of doing different things, being around different people. You'll be legal to have alcohol when you go out. I mean, just technically 21, I think, is a good time. Just because, like, at that time, like, even like when I'm thinking about it, I had my son at 20. I thought I knew it all.
Damn.
I thought I knew it all.
Do you mind saying when you lost your virginity? No.
I was 16.
There's no shame in the game. I mean, we.
I'm not ashamed.
Yeah,
I'm not ashamed of
cool.
nothing I've been through.
Period. Like, you should not be.
No,
because you're still you here. You made it. You.
It's all a lesson. Yeah, it's all a part of my beautiful success story.
Look, turn lemons into lemonade.
It's all part of my beautiful success story. But very young. It's very young. At that time, you don't even know what. Yeah, you know where to put it, but besides that, you don't even
know your booty hole brown.
You don't even know what energetic transfers are happening right now.
None of it.
You don't even know that.
That's a whole soul tie.
This is a soul tie. This is actual bodily fluids being exchanged. So
sperms and eggs and you know
all
none of that.
All the fluids.
Bees and the honey.
Because when you really get down into the nitty gritty,
you hear me?
It's too much going on for that young mind. So when you get past a certain stage, usually it's between 20, 21, 22, you have a little shift in your mindset. That's okay. Like at that point, it's like, all right, you know, you got a little something going on. You be all right.
It's a good age to at least indulge.
Yeah. That's usually when people start going through their phases.
So you think that's just sex or like even anything? Sorry, I had to just make it juicy. Yeah.
Man. I just like.
I mean, there's a realistic answer.
Yeah.
And there's the.
I just don't believe in anything like under 20 is like just kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Because like as I'm thinking about it, I mean, just me being a mom, like if my son
came to you 20, talking about son.
Oh my God, like.
You about to get there? What? Him about to show my shirt. Like, what?
It's crazy because like, you know, I'm such an open-minded person, and like as a mom, I'm not super strict because like, you know, I'm understanding. Like you're a human too. Like you have feelings and hormones just like the rest of us, and you know, some of us it happened a lot earlier than others, but it's not something that I want to hear, you know, at that time. I don't want to hear that. That's crazy. I want you to be focused.
My dog was 13, 14. And when I saw somebody, the other dog look at her, I couldn't do it. Let alone my whole child.
Girl.
Now I see why parents be bugging out.
My parents bugged all the way out.
Really?
All the way.
Wow.
Yeah. But as I got older, I understand. Yeah. Like, I really understand, like, what? I even think about what was I doing having a kid at 20?
That's a whole nother conversation, too, because sometimes people are like, well, if God didn't want me to have a child, I wouldn't have a child, but...
Girl, and I didn't think twice about going the other route. I didn't think twice. You know, I'm in a situation where I'm with
the person you
my high school crush, and you know, thinking it's gonna be happily ever after, and it was not. Like, but at the same time, you know, it's all experiences that you go through. I don't believe that you know, things happen for no reason.
Correct.
So, you know, it's just something that I had to go through.
Because literally, like, the woman I see now is because literally everything.
I had to learn those things. Yeah. Unfortunately, in my path, the things that I learned are in my relationships. I learned very important life lessons through my relationships with people, whether it's platonic or romantic, but all of my life lessons happen through my relationships. So it's just something that I had to acknowledge and just kind of accept,
like, these are my cards.
I can't change it. And I mean, I've learned some very, very important things, like in both sides of romantic and platonic, or, you know, business. Like, I've learned a lot. So I can't say that anything, even the bad things, like, I'm very appreciative of them, because like you said, I would not be the person that I am today. 21
kids, at least 21. If you can't even pick up a bottle of Don Julio, then you don't need to be picking up no punamis, or no sausages. Okay. Shit, I lost mine at 19, child, and I didn't know if I had popped my cherry or not.
But
I still don't know if it's shit. Well,
honestly,
but
I feel like, you know, the things that they told us at that time, you know, we just considered that it would happen to every single one of us.
Exactly.
And it's not how that happens. I mean, even like with having my child, I'm like, okay, my water's going to break while I'm walking, and like it's just going to be everywhere, like at any moment.
That's what I think.
No, that did not happen for me. They had to do that at the hospital. So everybody's water doesn't break.
That's why you gotta be at a certain age to just indulge, man.
Yeah, your water's not gonna break like it happens on TV and the movies. Like, not for everyone.
But that's why they be having. That's why they have it just out here looking stupid.
Yeah, but that's what learning and unlearning.
21. 21.
Wrap it up.
All right, y'all. Thank you so much for you just watching this far. If you've been watching this far, hope you've been enjoying this episode. We have one last segment. This is where I give my guests just a little token of appreciation from Arenze Q Clothing. She be doing her things with the clothing, so you know I haven't restocked either. So, but regardless of that, when I tell you this girl can finesse anything at this point in my eyes,
love.
You hear me? She cracked this little green outfit one time, and I was in love. But here. This is for you.
I love gifts.
Yes.
This is my love language.
That's for you. And I have one more.
Oh my gosh. I just seen a peek. I'm not even going to open it right now, but I'm just like.
And this is, well, I don't know. I bought a medium. He's a medium, but let me know if you want a bigger one.
Okay.
Yes, so
we're gonna put this together, baby.
That's a little something.
I love this.
I appreciate having you on the show so much. You know, it's definitely overdue. But God's timing is perfect timing.
Always.
So do you have any last shout outs or anything you want to talk about your business real quick?
First and foremost, shout out to Crystal /Weave Junkie /Arenze Quarters, because she's also a woman of many hats as well.
You hear me?
Thank you for having me. Thank you for shedding light on me, and speaking highly of me. I do want to shout out Books Bonding and Beyond, because we are nothing without our children. They are the next group of individuals that's coming up. So please pour into these kids. If you don't know where to start, just start volunteering anywhere, even if it's for the homeless, but really put forth some effort for these kids, because they are just as lost.
Yeah.
You know, we're going through difficult times right now, and I just feel like we can't forget about them. Like, I know we as adults at this time are like going through some rough times and like just trying to adapt to the changes of the world, but the kids are so important. So please follow Books Bonding and Beyond, the IVANA Christine, and the Therapist.
Okay. I love it. I'm excited. Like I said, I took a little hiatus, but just you being my first guest back in a couple months is just beautiful to have. And I know that the audience is going to love this episode. And hopefully you guys got to learn something, because I know I did. I'm always learning something from our conversations. But yes, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and tune in for the next episode.
Peace.
Bye. Boom, boom. Boom.
That's what the music cut in.
She was late today, 30 minutes.
Wait, what was the question?